Hey, I'm Ted Santos, and I've been talking to you about the top reasons you can't find love. And today, I'm up to number 21. The number 21 reason you can't find love is major. It's also related to ones I've already done, number 1 and number 17 reasons. The number 1 reason, as you remember, is you don't listen. If you haven't listened to that, check it out. The number 17 reason is you listen to a radio station that's playing inside your head and you cannot turn it off. There's a reason you don't listen. And number 21 tells you why you're not listening. Number 21 is a death blow to relationships of any kind. You will find it in the workplace, with your children, with your siblings. The number 21 reason you can't find love is you use presuppositions to assess others and situations. So instead of listening to what someone tells you, you listen to what you've already been taught. The funny thing is, you don't even know where you learned it in most cases. Yet you swear by it because you believe that belief has helped you in the past. Let me use an example of my own personal life. I spent a number of years living abroad. Before I left the country, I lived in Washington, D.C. for more than a decade. When I came back from living abroad, I came back to my home state of New Jersey. And as you can imagine, I ran into people who I hadn't seen in years. And I ran into a guy I had known since a teenager, and I ran into a woman on a different occasion who dated a guy I knew since college. In both cases, I see this guy and a woman, and they're like, "Hey, what's going on? Haven't seen you in a while. What's been going on?" I said, "Oh, well, I lived abroad, and I went through these countries, and bop, bop, bop. I went through the whole thing." Man, you should have seen their faces. They were like, "Come on, man." They literally laughed in my face. Instead of listening to me, they were listening to a radio station in their head that had presuppositions about me. They laughed in my face because they were listening to the presuppositions on the radio station. They believed the presuppositions they had about me and invalidated me to my face. It literally had nothing to do with me or what I said. Why? Because I did live abroad for a number of years, so I had nothing to prove to them. This is how people deal with one another when they first meet. I've met several women who met a guy that they hated when they first met him. She got to know him a little more, started to like him. Then she married the guy, and now she loves him. If those women were not open to getting to know their husbands, they would have invalidated him and then just believed they were right. Many people are not as fortunate as those women. Most are addicted to being right about their presuppositions. And they cannot stop, even if it's hurting their love life or their career. You know what? This is a clear case of when people say perception is reality. No. Just because you believe something doesn't make it correct. A lie doesn't become the truth because you believe the lie. So stop telling people perception is reality. It's not. Let's look at this from another perspective. There's a flip side to this. You can also have presuppositions about people and believe they are great individuals. They could remind you of someone you hold in high regard. They could remind you of a character in a movie you really like. Because you want to be right about who you believe they are, you will never believe or see that they're lying to you. They're presenting a farce. So this happens in religious institutions when a priest or pastor is molesting children, and people have presuppositions that the priest is really a good and holy person. So they continue to support the priest even though he's hurting people. Men who present the farce, well, we call them players. They pretend to be whoever you need them to be, and that way you can justify why you're involved with them. You literally become addicted to those presuppositions on your radio station, and you can't let it go. Now you have to defend and your actions and then make all kinds of justifications for why you're seeing someone who's lying to you, because you believe you have presuppositions that there's someone else based on the farce. As you can see, presuppositions can be debilitating. They can kill great relationships, career opportunities, or set you up to be destroyed. Kicking that mindset addiction takes a lot of work. Most believe it can be done by reading a book or two. Unlearning it requires someone who can guide you on a journey of transformation. If you're interested in that journey, I'll put my email in the link below. And you've got to check out my book. Here's Why You Can't Find Love. I'll put the link to purchase that also. In the meantime, I'll be back with more stuff. Take care.